Okay, everybody. So we're going to try something new. Instead of going live where you guys can chat, I'm doing a live with a camera to see if it was my other phone that I was watching for the chat as a flashlight so we can see how it works. So we did this one the other day and I do like it a lot, but I need to paint the corners. And since I used blue for the background, we're just going to do the corners blue. And since I did just use a plain cobalt blue, that's what we're going to use for the corners. So we're just simply going to pour a little bit on my plastic. That's probably a bit more than I need, but I can always scrape it up and put it in a cup and mix it later. So normally I would probably use a brush. I wonder if I have any foam brushes. Okay, so I will use this foam brush today. I have done my fingers before when need be. So just gonna touch up the edges where there's no paint at. And it'll dry a little darker and it'll blend in just right because it's the same exact blue. So just want to cover all the empty spaces with color. That's the main goal, is cover the empty spaces. I'm kind of in a weird mood today. We'll just see how things go. It's been a long day. Got some family stuff going on with my family. But hopefully all will be okay. I am very hopeful that everything works out. Not too trusting in the judicial system, but I'm hoping that it all works out. So I had actually came in here to get away from the TV so that I could talk to my sister and check in and see how the family was doing and everything, because they're watching The Voice in there and it's actually very loud enough that I can still hear it with all my doors closed and I'm a couple rooms down. So it's whatever. Not really a lot of privacy, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So hopefully all will be okay on that route. And hopefully we'll be all good. I wanted to do a normal live where I could actually read the chats and talk with you guys, but then I wouldn't have a light, and I'm not liking the way that it's doing with no light during the chat. I feel like that's just, I don't know, it's weird for me. I have a light ordered. I also have the piece to fix my phone ordered, but UPS is not sending my packages out. They're sitting like 20 minutes away from me in a warehouse. They won't let me go pick them up. Well, I don't have a way to get there anyway right now with a vehicle, but I could have asked somebody to pick them up for me. But they won't let me pick them up. They're saying they have to be delivered. I have to sign for them. Somebody else can't come get them or whatnot. But they're still trying to say they can't get to me with the remnants of Hurricane Florence. But FedEx got packages to me 3 and 4 days ago, and their office is just right down the road from the UPS office, like literally like 2 minutes away from the UPS office. Not fully understanding that, but you know, it is what it is. I can only do what I can do. So waiting on packages. I have about 8 packages sitting at the UPS office right now, and nothing I can do about them. Okay, so got a new paint in. That was the main focus of this video. It's an aqua green. It's really beautiful. I cannot wait to try this. It was actually part of one of my Michael's orders. And as you guys know, I'm still waiting on a lot of it because of UPS, but that part came today, so I was super happy about that. I have a couple more new colors coming that have not arrived yet, and some new canvas sizes that I'm excited to try. And I think there's some new metallics coming too. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, so we're gonna try this new, plus this is my first time using Artist Loft paint in the tube. I've used the Artist Loft in the jugs, that's the flow acrylic. I don't know what the difference is gonna be. This is opaque. So this got good pigment. So it doesn't say if it's a hard or soft body. So we don't know. But anyway, so I'm super excited to try this out. It's an aqua green, so technically it's still kind of a shade of blue, kind of a shade of green. So we're not going to do the challenge today about not using blue because I'm excited about the new color and I really want to use it. Ooh. Okay, so I really like the creaminess. Just straight off the bat, I can tell you I love the way it comes out of the bottle. It's creamier than the Flow Acrylics by Artist Loft. This is an academic level one. I don't know if that makes much of a difference. And make sure you guys are clear. I don't know that makes much of a difference. I really do not know. And since I was painting with the blue, I don't want to waste paint. So we're going to pick the blue up and scrape it in a cup. And we're going to mix it with Floetrol and use it in my pour. Because of course, if you guys have watched me, you know I do not waste paint. I don't really waste anything. I was also painting with red. And I think I'm just gonna use the same brush. And I think I'm just gonna mix it and make a purple. Because why not do something that you normally don't do? So we're gonna mix those and make a purple. Plastic. Mix these real quick and see if I need to add a little bit more of either color to make a decent purple. Because I do believe I had more blue than red, probably twice as much blue than I did red. Or if we're just going to leave it to chance and leave it the way it was. Okay, so I kind of like this purple. I thought I would like these plastic utensils, but I'm noticing that the edges are not going to allow them to scrape all the way against the edges of my cups, so I may not like these as much. Okay, but I think that will be a good contrast, darker color to this. So I think it'll be okay. We also need to add, so we've got a purple and aqua green. How about we add some gunmetal? Or should I add antique copper? I think we'll do the copper. I don't know. I think it might be too hard to see with that purple. So I think we'll do some gunmetal. Gray. And it is the metallic. And then I think we'll do white. I am almost out of Floetrol. I did call the store that's relatively close because the one I normally go to for my Floetrol is in Lumberton, because this one in Laurinburg doesn't carry the gallon jugs and they charge it's just too expensive to pay for the quart jugs based on, you know, the price difference between the quart and the gallon. So yeah, my top is laying way back at the back under the table and I can't reach it right now. So this is how we're doing it. So my Laurinburg store, actually that only carries quarts, the manager agreed to order the gallons and start keeping them in stock on the shelf because of the amount of Floetrol that I use. He also said that it would take about 4 weeks to get the gallon jugs in because they've never carried it and they have to order all that. And he said during the time that it takes to get the gallon jugs in, he would be willing to work with me on the pricing of the quarts to make it equal more what I would pay with the gallons. So that I wouldn't, because normally their quarts are $8 a quart, their gallons are $13.94. So by the time you buy 2 quarts, you could have bought a gallon and you've only got half of the Floetrol. So hopefully he works a pretty good deal with me on the quarts until they get the gallons in, because the Lumberton store, even though it's like 45 minutes away from me, it is underwater. So I'm very hopeful that things work out with the Laurinburg store, mainly because it's a lot closer. It's only about 10 miles away, but they never did keep Floetrol in. They would keep like 1 or 2 quarts and that's all they would have for the entire month. And I would buy them out and then they'd never get it in. So my hopes are that they carry it. So that's something to think about. If stores local to you do not carry what you want, call them and tell them. Say, hey, this is how much I spend. This is how much Floetrol I go through. You know, either stock it on the shelf for me or special order a case. And I'll come buy the case when it comes in. Because I think he said 6 gallons is a case. It needs to be a little bit more. I'm pretty sure he said 6 gallons equals a case. Because originally that's what we were going to do. And he just was like, if you're going to just buy this much and you're going to constantly buy it, and he was like, you're not going to buy this for a couple months and stop. I was like, no, I'm not stopping anytime soon. So he was like, okay, well, we're just going to start carrying it for you. And I was like, awesome. I was like, you will sell out, trust me. And he will. Because I actually have 3 gallon jugs sitting on my floor right now. And they're all pretty much empty. I have a little bit left in the 1 jug, like very little. So I'm really hoping that I can go with the quarts at a decent price until the gallons come in. Because I don't want to stop painting. I will need to take about an entire 1 to 2 weeks once my Liquitex gloss varnish comes in. Because I'm out and I probably have 20 right now that need varnished, and I'm running out of room to put stuff that needs varnished. So I'm probably going to have to take an entire week to 2 weeks to varnish everything that hasn't been varnished yet. And in order to do that, I will be doing some videos on varnishing. I'll be doing some videos more than likely on how I personally remove the silicone. There's different ways to do it. Everybody does it differently. I just have my ways. And probably a few other videos, because I think there's a couple up there that I've decided I don't like. But because we did textures and stuff with them, I can't really just pour over them because the textures will just last. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do these 4 colors. I'd love to do more colors, but I don't want to completely get out of my Floetrol. I'm pulling you guys down for just a second. Just to make sure you're still on, because my phone made a weird beeping noise. Okay, and now I need to touch the screen and make sure it's focused, because I can't see right now. Okay, so remove this out of the way. This is the new one, the Artist Loft Academic Level 1 Aqua Green. I'm super excited about this. Oh, and I got this on sale for $1.29. So I was also super excited about that. It was 70% off. And then I had a coupon that was for an extra 20% off, including sale items that had come in the mail to me through my rewards program. Probably because I've spent a fortune with Michaels. In all honesty, I've spent a fortune with Michaels. Okay, so I'm put a little bit of white down. And try to cover most. I already see some air bubbles there. I think I will add some silicone. I've got the metallic. I don't know. I still probably will add some silicone. In all honesty, I probably will. To at least one of the colors. I will be popping the bubbles before I add anything else to this. So I will be torching this pretty soon. I see a clump in there. I'll pull it out in a minute. Since I didn't have that top on my bottle, I'm pretty sure my Floetrol is a little clumpy. Which, you know, that top normally kind of weeds out the clumps. But it can't do that if it's not on them. So, I clean this off. Let me get the clump out. I need some tweezers for this. Get the clump out. Hourglass pour. Okay. Okay. And we're going to do some of this homemade purple that will be used from our extra stuff. Add a little bit of white. I have not put silicone in anything yet, dang it. And let me take one drop of silicone and put in the new blue. And let me just twirl it around a couple times. Okay. Put some of that new aqua green. Some of this silver, metallic, so that should give us cells. Put a little bit more of this purple and a touch more of the aqua green. I should have enough here to do another painting. I think that should be enough. We're going to remove it. Set it down here so it can be dripping out. I forgot to torch before I put the paint on. Ooh, I like what happened there. Alright, so I do see cells popping up even though I didn't add much silicone and I only added it to one color. That purple kind of looks more blue at this point. Okay. Okay. I want to keep some of the rings this time. It's not going to be a perfect circle, but I do want to keep some of the rings. Okay, and final corner. Okay, final corner. Cover it up. Okay. I am sorry for the loud TV in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. All you do is ask and just hope. Okay, I still see some air bubbles, but I'm going to give it just a second and see if they automatically pop. Or we're going to have to hit them all. I'm hoping they just pop so I don't have to run through everything. But they're not popping. That's kind of pretty. I like that. I like the way it's doing that. I normally don't put it that close, but it gave it a nice ribbon right around the edges there. Okay. I like that. I think it looks pretty awesome. So I'm bringing you guys down. Well, I'm not going to do a close-up. It's going to be hard to do with, I don't know, it might work with the light on a separate phone. We're going to see. I normally have the light on my phone, but maybe it'll work. Okay, so there you go. I think it still would be better if the phone light was on this phone, but doing what we can. Center. We did keep some rings. This corner. I'll probably still do a video after showing, and then we're gonna put you guys back up. I'm trying so hard not to knock either of these phones into the paint. I'm scared I'm gonna do that. Okay. Then I open up another nice pretty canvas. And I do have a lot of canvases that I'm going to be experimenting with. Several of these will probably be Christmas gifts I'm going to start working on, just because I do have quite a few people on my list. I'm going to mix up some black for this one, and I may even throw in a lighter color. But I'm thinking black for the background on one, and maybe try to blow some of the blue in. I don't know yet. We'll see. I do think I saw a clump drop in there, so we will see. Okay. It looks good when it drips off the knife, but it feels a little thick as I'm stirring. So I wanted to add a little bit more Floetrol. And it may just be the fact that I'm not used to stirring with a knife, so it feels differently, but I just want to be sure that I'm getting what I want anyway out of it. I want to make sure I'm happy with whatever happens. Okay. I don't want to use all of it because I don't think I'm going to need all of it. I do believe I see a Floetrol clump. Got all the cups like right in my way. So I can't really pull like I want to. And somehow I have paint on my shirt already because my arm just touched my chest and I got paint on it. And I'm not sure how that happened. Okay. And I saw a clump somewhere right through here when I was pulling. There we go. Get rid of you and then flatten you back out. Put some on the edges. Okay, I'm going to clean it off. That way it doesn't dry like that. I need to wash some of my tools again. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that method or something different. I think we'll do that method, and then if I don't like the turnout, I'll do something different. I do want to do some of the blue against the black. And I want to add the white. Okay. Gunmetal. And because it's a metallic. A little bit of the darker purple color. Some more of the light blue. Probably all of it, actually. And I'm going to set that blue cup right there. And right there. And just kind of do this in all four corners. Even though I'm probably going to end up pulling it off. Okay, quick run over. Okay. I'm not done. I'm just sitting it down for a second. Okay, so I just wasn't happy with the way it was looking, so I blew some more and I realized there's quite a bit of paint left on here. So we're gonna get some of the paint off. And I'll probably just swipe it, honestly, because of the amount of paint that's on. I'll probably just run a swipe on it. Just trying to cover up the edges as much as possible before I wipe off the tool each time. If that one doesn't darken up, I will probably swipe back over it. I mean, if it doesn't lighten up. We'll see how the cells form. But if cells don't really form over there in a minute, I'll go ahead and re-swipe it. And then we're going to end here because I have a feeling that they're about to walk in here. And because I can hear footsteps. So we're going to do this one. And I'm going to torch it. Give you guys a look-see. I do think it'll change more than it begins to look right now. Just because people are interrupting. Okay, so I think that's my favorite section right now, but I think it'll get better as it goes because you can't even see the colors. Okay, so I'll leave you now with this, and then I will do a video in a minute to show the final pieces. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.